The Universal Asylum Processing Center, on Station Epsilon 7, hummed with the quiet desperation of 1,000 rejected dreams. Elizabeth Chen sat in the sterile waiting room, her translator implant throbbing against her temple as she watched yet another species deny her request for sanctuary. Application denied, the adjudicator's voice crackled through the speakers, its kitten's face displaying no emotion through the holographic display. Reasoning, insufficient strategic value to warrant protection. Next applicant. Elizabeth didn't move. She had nowhere left to go. She had fled the Krell Dominion 3 standard months ago, escaping their systematic purge of telepathic species. Her people, the Minari, had lived peacefully on the fringe worlds for centuries, until the Krell decided that any species capable of thought reading posed an existential threat. The massacres had been swift and merciless. Of her colony of 40,000, Elizabeth knew of only 17 survivors scattered across the galaxy. She had tried everything. The logical Volnari rejected her because they had trade agreements with the Krell. The spiritual Luminari told her that her suffering was part of a cosmic cycle and offered prayers instead of protection. The militant Drexians laughed at her weakness. The peaceful Quelleri sympathized, but lacked the military strength to defend refugees. 200 species, 200 rejections. Each one had their reasons. Too weak, too risky, too expensive. Not our problem. The galaxy, Elizabeth had learned, was vast and cold and indifferent to individual suffering. You still here? The station's custodial android paused its cleaning routine, optical sensors focusing on her huddled form. I have nowhere else to be, Elizabeth replied softly. There's one more species on the roster today, the android offered, almost kindly. New to the Galactic Council, only joined 6 months ago. Humans, I think they're called, might be worth a try. Elizabeth's hope had long since withered, but she had nothing to lose. Where? Docking Bay 7. Their representative just arrived. Liam Torres hadn't expected his first assignment as Earth's Asylum Liaison Officer to start with such a tragic case. He reviewed Elizabeth's file on his datapad as he walked through the station's corridors, his footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. Sole survivor of a colony, telepathic species, hunted by the Krell Dominion, rejected by 200 different civilizations. His jaw tightened. He'd served in the United Earth Navy before taking this position, had seen enough senseless violence to last a lifetime. The brass had chosen him for this role because he understood what it meant to be desperate, to need help that didn't come to us. Elizabeth was waiting outside the human processing office when he arrived. She was humanoid in appearance, to arms, 2 legs, a face that could have passed for human except for the slight iridescent shimmer of her skin and the way her eyes seemed to reflect light like a cat's. She looked exhausted, defeated. Elizabeth. Liam extended his hand, then remembered the gesture might mean nothing to her. I'm Liam Torres, Earth's Asylum representative. Please, come in. The office was small, barely furnished. Liam had requested it that way. No intimidating desks, no formal barriers, just 2 chairs and a table with a pitcher of water. Elizabeth sat carefully, as if afraid the chair might vanish beneath her. I've reviewed your case file, Liam began, pulling up her holographic documentation. I need to verify a few details, but I want you to know I've already made my decision. Elizabeth's expression didn't change. She'd heard similar words before, usually right before another rejection. The Krell Dominion is hunting your people because of telepathic abilities you were born with, correct? Yes. And you've committed no crimes under galactic law. No. Your colony was destroyed 3 months ago. You've been running ever since. Yes. Liam closed the hologram and looked directly at her. Then, on behalf of the United Earth Government and the Human Coalition, I'm approving your asylum request. Effective immediately. Welcome to humanity's protection. Elizabeth blinked. Once. Twice. Her translator implant must have malfunctioned. What? You're approved. We'll get you on the next transport to Earth's Refugee Processing Center on Luna Station. From there, you'll have option settlement on Earth, one of the colonies, or if you prefer, we'll help you locate other Mindari survivors and facilitate reunification. But, Elizabeth's voice cracked. You haven't asked about my skills, my economic value, strategic importance. Don't need to, Liam said simply. You're a person fleeing genocide. That's all I need to know. The Krell weren't like this. They have 3 times your military strength. You could make powerful enemies. Liam smiled, but there was steel in his eyes. Let me tell you something about humans, Elizabeth. We've spent most of our history fighting each other over the stupidest reasons imaginable. Skin color, geographical location, which invisible deity we prayed to. We nearly destroyed ourselves a dozen times over. But you know what we learned? That when you see someone suffering, someone who needs help, you don't calculate the cost-benefit analysis. You don't check if they're strategically valuable. You just help. Because that's what decent beings do. He pulled up a document on his datapad. I'm submitting this to the council formally, but it's a formality. You're under human protection now. The Krell want to start something over you? They're welcome to try. Elizabeth felt something she hadn't felt in months. Sensation so foreign she almost didn't recognize it. Hope. Why? She whispered. Why would you risk so much for one person you don't even know? Liam stood, extending his hand again. This time, Elizabeth took it. Because the galaxy is cold enough, without good people making it colder, he said. And because every person matters. Every single one. That's not just human policy, that's human nature. As Elizabeth followed Liam out of the office toward her new life, she reached out gently with her telepathic abilities. Just a surface reading of the man who had saved her. What she found made her breath catch. No calculation, no hidden agenda, just genuine compassion and an ironclad determination to do the right thing. Consequences be damned. For the first time in her life, Elizabeth understood why the newer species in the galaxy whispered about humans with a mixture of confusion and admiration. 200 species had rejected her because they were logical, strategic, self-interested. Humanity had accepted her in 8 minutes because they were human. And somehow, in a galaxy of ancient civilizations and advanced species, that made all the difference.